What inspired me most is probably football, and I think that's because I've been playing football my whole life. So, growing up playing football has taught me a lot of life lessons and things to do and what not to do. So, uh, it has played a very, very big role in my life, and I think that it's gone a long ways for me.
My parents, they're my biggest inspiration. Seeing them grind so long and work so hard for me and my brother to be in the position we're in now, they're my biggest inspirations. And truly, without them, I wouldn't be in the position I am today. I have an unpayable debt to them, and yeah, I just love them so much. So definitely my parents.
I think football inspires me a lot because it's my getaway right now. We get away from school, get away from all the negative energy. It's a lot of positives right now with football, so that's really what inspires me.
Well, as far as the coaching profession, it'd definitely be my father, a longtime Arizona high school football coach, one of the more successful coaches that ever coached in that state. He's my biggest inspiration just because I saw the effect that he had on young men growing up. I was able to take that and see the impact he had on their lives. And that's my biggest inspiration as far as getting into the profession. I enjoy the young men that I work with. I have tremendous relationships with them. The relationship part of it is the biggest inspiration for me, and the second part of it is the competitive nature of it. I'm a competitive person. I like winning, things like that. So it's a lifestyle. Coaching is a lifestyle, and it's one that I love, and probably the biggest things that inspire me are those two things.
But I got to go with my dad because he showed me tapes. That's why I love football. He showed me tapes of him like making plays at Colorado State. So he's probably my biggest role model. I'll probably have a few more though.
My biggest role model would probably have to be my father, just because he's a very honest, hardworking man, and he just kind of taught me how to, kind of like how football has, kind of taught me just to be a man and do the right things and everything like that. So I really looked up to him and how he's grown to be such a great father to me and my brothers and my sister. So he's been a pretty big impact in my life.
Other than my older brother, to keep it in athletics, I probably would have to say Darrell Vivas is definitely my biggest role model. Just the way he handles himself on and off the field. He's a consummate pro. All pro on the field, but then when it comes to off the field, he has many charitable donations, and he's just a good guy from what I've heard and what I've seen on TV. Obviously, I haven't met him or anything, but just from what I've heard about him, he's just a great guy, and I learned to model not only on the field but off the field like him in those areas. So definitely Darrell Vivas.